What's up, YouTube? Today I want to talk about Centuria. And the best way I could describe this manga is that it feels like Berserk and Vinland Saga had a child. It has the dark atmosphere, terrifying monsters, and brutal world you expect. But at its core, it's also a story about family, healing, and finding reasons to keep moving forward. And the more I read, the more I'm convinced that this story is building towards something special. So let's talk about why I think Centuria is one of the most promising mangas running right now. Centuria follows Julian, a young man who escaped a life of slavery after a horrifying event at sea grants him power unlike anything I've seen in a manga recently. But what really hooked me wasn't the power itself, it's the responsibility that came with it. Julian suddenly finds himself protecting a child who seems to be connected to something much bigger than either of them understand. And from that point on, the plot just keeps getting thicker. Every time you think the story is going one way, it shows you just how small you were thinking at the start. The world keeps expanding, new pieces keep falling into place, and somehow it all feels incredibly well put together. Everything feels intentional, and honestly, it's incredible to watch unfold. One thing I really love about Centuria is Julian's growth as a character. At the beginning of the story, it feels like he's carrying so much guilt, responsibility, and pain that he's forgotten how to live for himself. Everything he does is for the people depending on him and his new family. But chapter by chapter, you slowly see him change. You can see him getting closer to become genuinely happy, not because his burdens disappear, but because he's finally finding people and things worth living for. But honestly, the first thing you'll notice when reading Centuria is the artwork. The amount of details packed into every chapter is incredible. Whether it's the monsters, the environment, or even smaller character moments, everything feels like it was given the same level of care. The monsters in particular are some of my favorite designs in recent manga. They're unsettling, intimidating, and whenever one appears, you immediately know something's about to happen. But what really stands out to me is how the art enhances the emotional moments so much. When a character is scared, angry, or completely overwhelmed, you feel it. The expressions carry so much weight that sometimes a single panel tells more than an entire page of dialogue could. There were multiple times when I was reading and I just had to stop and admire the panel because they were so beautiful. And while the art is incredible, another one of my favorite things about Centuria is that every chapter feels important. Whether it's a fight, a character moment, or learning more about the world, it never feels like the story is wasting your time. Every chapter feels like it's pushing the story forward in a meaningful way. There aren't many series that I'm reading right now where I finish a chapter and I immediately find myself wanting the next one. And Centuria is definitely one of them. Right now, I have Centuria at a 4 out of 5 stars. The story is still ongoing, so I'm not ready to score it any higher yet, but the potential is absolutely there. I think this series has what it takes to become great, and honestly, if Centuria ends up falling below a 4 out of 5 by the time it's finished, it would be a generational fumble. With only 90 something chapters out right now, I think the foundation is incredibly strong, the characters are great, the art is incredible, and every chapter feels important. It feels like the story is constantly building towards something bigger, and I think it's a perfect time to pick up reading it. So if you've been thinking about reading Centuria, or you're just looking for something new to read, I can't recommend this enough. But that's going to be all for today. If you read Centuria, let me know what you would rate it right now. And if you haven't read it yet, let me know if this video convinced you to check it out. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one.